Alright, so last time we left off with me trying to do the Broodmother quest line and that ending terribly, so I could continue on this one. But I feel like I should probably come back later because one, I don't have the health potions, and two, it's optional. So for now, I'll just leave this at where it's at. Son of a bitch. Hey, buddy.
You thought to escape me, hey, Warden?
Oh,
I'd
fuck.
prefer to fight with honor, but over scum like you, I'll take any victory I can. Men, attack him!
More enemies ahead.
Really wanna fucking Jesus, alright.
That was, not pleasant.
It's a fine thing we've done.
Is it a fun thing that we've done? We just killed man because he was too ignorant to believe you.
It shall be done.
How's your day gone? Or in your case, how did your day go? Because I'm sure it's probably really late compared to my time zone. Why is there a launcher right here? I just don't. Alright. Okay. Okay.
Turn your attention elsewhere. My business does not concern you.
Oh, that's rather rude.
Thank you and farewell.
Okay. Well, fuck you. I'm gonna stream as long as I can, but I also have to take care of myself too. I have yet to have
Dwarven Crafts.
but at
Welcome,
the same time, I
welcome.
don't know how long I
We
can
sell
do it.
only the strongest dwarven steel, folded over 100 times in the forges of Orzammar. In times like these, you... Wait. Ogren? Is that you?
You messed up your sales pitch, Gorham. You were just getting to the good part, too. See, this is why warriors make bad merchants.
You know each other? Is this some sort of dwarf thing?
Oh, we go way back. He threw me out of the palace at least a dozen times for calling Endrin a nuglicker.
What are you doing here?
I'm fighting. It's what warriors do. But don't let me distract you from hawking your junk.
You're fighting? What army would have you?
The Grey Wardens needed someone with my skills to handle this blight.
Huh. And I've got a tower in Orzammar to sell you. Speaking of which, I have dwarven steel for sale.
Right.
I'll answer what I can, but my policy is not to sell things that don't belong to me. It's the capital of Ferelden, so naturally the Queen and Regent are at the top. But the man who seems to be running the city guard is the new Arl Rendon Howe. Came in from somewhere up north. The Landsmeet's the big news. Every dusty noble estate in Denerim is airing its sheets, waiting for the Lord to ride into town. Every piece comes with a stamp of assurance from my wife's father, the best smith in Denerim.
Gathering potions. Ooh. Ooh, tempting. I'm gonna do it. 5 gold, but more inventory. What kind of armor do you got? Sell that. Hold on to that one. Sell that. Hold on to that one. Sell that one. I'll hold on to those two. Shield of Blood. Well, I just made almost double the amount of gold that I just got rid of for that backpack. So let's see, do you have anything good armor-wise besides the shit I just sold you? No, you really don't. Rock knocker though. I just sold you the Proving Helm though, so I don't want that. Ooh. Why is this so fucking expensive?
Dwarven craft. Buying.
Okay. So I guess I'll go.
Direct from Orthamar. Won't find better.
Good to see you back. I've got complaints in the Nord Noble Tavern that some mercenaries have invaded. Nothing violent has happened. The sellswords are probably just disturbing the nobles' rarefied conversation. Just drum the louts out of there. The barkeep doesn't mind some blood. Or sport, as she called it. Captain said Denerim won't miss a few dead mercenaries. Do what you will, and good luck.
Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over. Foul and corrupt are they who have taken his gift and turned it. Against his children.
In the name of Andraste, Bride of the Maker, be welcome in this house. While the cathedral is closed, if you need to make wedding or funeral arrangements, you'll have to talk to Sister Olma.
Did someone die? I remember a funeral.
King Kalen died, remember? Along with most of the army at Ostagar? Maker guide them all.
No, no, no. I'll have none of that now.
That which you fear, living in the shadow of death alone, I have seen it is only a cloud passing before the sun.
English?
The death toll at Ostagar was staggering. We've had a funeral every day for a lost son or daughter of Denerim, and we've many more yet to hold.
Are they singing the chant now? It's a funeral, isn't it?
He should have retired to Val Royeaux years ago, but he wanted to stay and serve the remainder of his days in his homeland. It's the Lyrium that does this.
Lyrium did this?
He wouldn't be a Templar anymore.
Blessed are they who stand before the corrupt and the wicked, and do not falter.
He doesn't forget who he is, even if he can't remember anything else.
Okay.
May the light of the Maker guide your steps.
Oh yeah, I forgot. More armor. So at this point, I'm going to use all the injury.
He's begun.
Myself. Jesus fuck. So we're not doing that one. Have any business here? Am I done? Okay, so I remember being here.
It shall be done.
Heritage, Storm Palace, Fort Draken. I guess we'll try this one. city then. Civil War.
No quarter shall be given. Get off!
Master Mage, the last part outlines the failed pursuit of his misguided apprentice. Okay. Camp. Okay.
Get your asses off Ben Talman's land. We won't bend needle again.
Loghain is the regent. He demands your...
We're not Orlesian lickspittles. We owe no man our allegiance. Leave!
Take their lands by force, men. Regent's orders.
You should run while you can.
There is no glory in bloodshed!
As you say. I shall do it. It shall be done.
We showed those Loghain upstarts.
dead? Okay. Is he not dead, or is he dead? Confused.
Thank you. I didn't expect the band's men to notice my escape so quickly. I tried to hide here in the woods, but there wasn't time. And now I'm a dead man.
Well, you're not dead yet.
You were there in Ostagar. You know how things went. For me, it was either this, or die in some darkspawn's belly, or be hung as a deserter.
I mean,
You were there with the Grey Wardens, one of Duncan's new recruits. I was to guard the king. He was my friend, understand? Maker. All that time in Ban Loren's prison. And I couldn't stop thinking about all they suffered that one dark night at Ostagar.
it's not your fault they died.
I know. Even had Logain's men not turned their backs on us, the Darkspawn were too many. Even Kalen, for all his bravado, knew there would be no victory at Ostagar. The king entrusted me with the key to the royal arms chest. If anything were to happen to him, he said, it was vital I deliver it to the Wardens. I'd say so. It's where Kalen kept his father's sword. The one he always said he'd slay the archdemon with. More than that, there was a secret compartment where he kept documents concerning his dealings with Empress Celine and the Orlesians. The Maker has a sense of humor, doesn't he? I suppose it's for the best, however. Had I kept it, it would be in Ban Loren's hands by now. I was afraid. I thought I would lose it on the battlefield, so I stashed it in the camp. Please, it's probably still there.
Do you think I should attempt to retrieve it?
If anyone can, it's you, Grey Warden. Ostagar's probably crawling with Darkspawn by now, and I'm afraid I would not make the journey. The key's behind a loose stone at the base of a statue. I'll draw a map for you, so you'll know where to search. If you have any survivors of the battle among your companions, take them with you. Their memory of the terrain will serve you well. I'm only sorry I cannot join you. It is vital that the king's documents do not fall into the wrong hands. As for Marik's sword, it is too powerful to be pawed at by those monsters. Same for the king's other arms and armor. And if you happen to find Kalen's body, see it off. He was our king. He shouldn't be left to rot amidst the Darkspawn's filth.
Man, with all that talking, I could have give you a fucking health potion or something, you know. Didn't happen.
You have coin, stranger? With Orzammar closed off, Old Tegrin can get you a discount. Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
It has begun. you say.
And there's a crate.
Shall be done.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead.
As you say. Very well.
Mm-hmm.
Warrior's longsword. he said something about a statue. I have put the locks and not remember anything of a statue.
The Darkspawn have sensed us.
Let's make this quick.
Very well.
Trap right ahead.
Oh, so now you want to out the trap after everybody walked past it. Okay.
It has begun. Damn you! Very well.
Hey, come!
I shall do it.
You got about fucking that shit.
Of course.
Very well.
I had to walk past Keith Kellen's body to get to the statue. Alright.
unusual powers. Be wary.
Duncan's weapons.
There is no glory in bloodshed.
Alright, fine, if you won't let me do it that way, I'll do it this way.
don't want to see anyone like this.
A lesson in examining your allies far more carefully than your enemies.
Not sorry I missed this. No king of mine, but still enough to put me off my drink.
Very well.
Trap right ahead. Trap right ahead. You need me? done.
Going back for camp so I can get rid of some of this junk.
I once heard a really old legend about how the Hound Warriors in the days of the old tribes would feed their Mabari the flesh of the vanquished. Well, that's what I heard anyway. It would sometimes be human flesh. Oh, like you can tell the difference. For all you know, maybe you've already been fed something. Someone. It's not cannibalism if he's eating it, you know.
Sorry, I gotta put on my jacket. I didn't open it till it's cold. Ugh. It's a little too cold for my liking.
Oh, hello. Is there something you wanted to talk about? It's nothing. I'm fine. I'm just thinking. I can't get what happened out of my head. I'd been in Lothering for years, and she still thought I was plotting against her. She didn't trust me. Maybe she never did. She loved me when she could use me and control me. And now that she can't, she wants me dead. It hurts to realize that I never really knew her. You are already helping so much by listening to me. I knew she was ruthless, but I didn't know how far she could go. She is self-serving, cruel. She uses people, then discards them. But that's how she survives in the life she leads. What if she's right? What if we're the same? I should just have stayed in the Chantry.
You said Michael wanted you to leave.
I could have been wrong about the Maker. I know you doubt me sometimes. Maybe you're right. Maybe I just tell myself he's there to console myself, to know there's someone watching out for me, to know I'm not alone.
You're not alone, Liliana. Oh, just get on with your life. Don't lose your faith now. You don't need to.
But I was alone and desperate when I fled to Ferelden. I went to the only place I knew would take me. I forgot my life as a bard while I was in the cloister. I felt safe. I didn't have to watch my back all the time. That's what made Marjolaine the person she is, don't you see? It ruined her. It will ruin me too. Even now, I feel some regret at not ending her life in order to protect my own.
There's nothing wrong with that. What's the point is that you didn't act on it. I told you you should have killed her. That was a snake. Let's go with this one.
What we're doing, what we've done, hunted men down, killed them. Part of me loves it. It invigorates me, and this scares me. I feel myself slipping.
Marjolaine chose who she became, so can you. You're not slipping, this is who you are. You're a good person, you always will be.
How can you be so sure?
You let the chance to help others, that means something. Evil doesn't worry about not being good. You strive to be good, and that's what's important.
That is true. I can always trust you to show me things from a different perspective. I would like to be alone for now. I have many things to consider. Thank you for listening to me. It has been some time since I left Lothering. When I stepped out of the cloister, I had no idea where my path would lead. I walked where the Maker led me, and he has rewarded me for my faith. I found you.
I'm glad your path led you here. This is about you and me. Let's not bring the Maker into this.
Something like that. The Maker wants his children to be happy. Would he have created in us the capacity for love if he did not intend for us to find it?
Love? Then I thank the Maker for bringing us together. Let's not ruin the mood with philosophical decision.
You don't know how it makes me feel to hear you say that. But now it's getting late. I think I might turn in early. I can't help thinking about how soft and warm my bedroll is.
Want some company? I'm gonna stay up and write my journal. You don't want to talk?
You're welcome to join me, of course. The Maker says we must share our blessings.
Well, I'm not gonna say no to sharing the blessings. Are you sure you want what you want? Actually, maybe this is not. Fuck.
Good. Now come with me before I lose my patience. Hello.
You look smug.
I was watching you sleep. Did you know your eyelids flutter when you dream? And you have such pretty eyelashes.
Not my eyelashes. It's not just my lashes that are pretty.
So I hear. I'm so happy, blissful. I haven't slept so well since I was forced to flee from Orlais. Knowing you will be the first thing I see when I wake gives me no small amount of comfort. I feel safe in your arms. Safe, loved and accepted. This is where I belong. Thank you.
I should be the one thanking you.
I suppose I should get up. We have a long day ahead of us.
Good idea. Shouldn't keep the others waiting. What's the hurry?
Come on. Darkspawn await with bated breath for you to put them out of their misery.
Alright, blast the Darkspawn. And ignore the beautiful woman in my bed? I think not.
What are you... Oh, I see. I suppose the Darkspawn will just have to wait a bit longer.
Oh my god.
What is your wish, Kadan? Speak, then.
What was that about children?
What were they doing? It did not look like it served any purpose.
They were playing. Don't tell me
When do they have time to waste on foolishness? They have much to learn.
You were a child once, you must remember it.
Yes, I remember days spent in study.
That's all they do? What do they study?
They learn their place in the world.
What do you mean their place in the world? Khenori parents really treat their children this way? That explains a lot about you, Steen.
Your priests clearly should have spent more time training you.
Parents teach children to be adults, not priests. That's not what priests do.
Then who trained the Emekari?
The parents, of course.
Parents. Are you speaking nonsense on purpose? If you insist on speaking, use real words.
Very fast, Steen. You must know what parents are.
Must I? Then explain it to me with intelligible words.
Okay.
We have Tamasrans. I do not know this other thing of yours. But the Emekari are not theirs. They belong to the Kunari, not the priesthood.
Parents don't own children. They're the ones who birth them.
You let your Emekari be raised by them? That explains much. Can we move on?
I have another question.
Very well.
Why don't the Khenari raise their
It
own children?
obviously didn't work for you.
I'm serious.
As am I. You are a Grey Warden, yet you know little of your own order. You do not know yourself or what you are for. It was cruel of your people to leave you this way. The Tamasrans see that all Kunari know themselves.
I do know who I am and what I am. Why would my people decide who I am? Becoming a Grey Warden was a recent development.
And you were not trained beforehand? You cannot make the world suit you. You must suit the world.
No one can tell you who I am. I decided that myself. I do who and what I am.
Why do you hesitate? It is your task to fight the Archdemon, isn't it?
My task is... It is my task, but I'm not ready. But to rush, we have to deal with Logan first. We aren't finished with our preparations yet.
If you fail, preparation beforehand will have been pointless, and if you succeed, it will be by sheer chance anyway.
What do you want me to do? Charge straight to the Archdemon? Trust me. Well, whatever I do, you have to follow me. Sheer chance, thanks.
At least we would be going in the right direction. I weary of this. Can we move on?
Another question.
Very well.
Why do you let the Eternals control your life?
What makes it mine? It was theirs to begin with.
Are you a slave? You don't belong to them.
They knew me before I was born. I was birthed on the day they chose, placed in the world by their hands. When I die, it will be the Tamasrans who note my passing. I am their work. What I do is for my people, always.
Made you, but they can't make your decisions.
No need. I have been trained to choose as they would. There is little point in pursuing this. We should move on. Very well. Then I suggest we move on. As you wish.
Something on your mind? Something on your mind? Of course.
why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Right. Not this again. Again, so simple. Oh. I don't think I ever see you wearing it. Thought Templars wore hair blade mostly.
That's just in public. In private, we have these yellow and purple tunics, right? Much more comfortable, and you don't break the beds when you jump on them during a pillow fight.
Right. Looks like you had a lot of pillow fights, to take it.
Pillow fights? I mean, no, of course not. I meant sword fights. With rusty swords, dripping with acid. The kind that puts hair on your chest. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
I do really want to know if yes.
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right?
Nope.
The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
You enjoyed the hunting mages, did you? I think I understand.
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
My home is taken over by Al Hal.
Right. Stupid of me to ask. I'm sorry. We won't always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
They can rebuild. You can always keep traveling. Assuming we survive. This is not the time to think about it.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Stop wasting time, Warden. I'm not here to chat.
So, tell me, how did you become a Grey Warden?
A short story, I met Duncan, he left me. Al Hal massacred my family and Duncan helped me escape. Let's go with that one.
Arl Rendon Howe? The Arl of Amaranthine? Why would he do such a thing to you?
I'm the son of Bruce Couslin, Terran of High River. Out of jealousy, he wanted however, my father's Terran. Who knows, he had always been a friend of us Kuslans.
You are the last of the Kuslans? I had no idea. My lord?
A Kuslan and now nothing. I'm just a Grey Warden now. Hal will pay for what he has done. I always took my family and our name for granted.
Yes, I suppose so. You can no longer have a title, can you? But that does not mean you must forget utterly where you came from. Take heart, dear friend. You survived, even when you were not expected to. We do not know yet what lies in store for you, or the name you carry. It is not so bad, is it, being a Grey Warden? Sometimes it gives me comfort to think that everything will end up the way it's supposed to. That it will be all right. You were chosen. You survived the joining when others did not. Perhaps it was meant to be.
What say you? Not everyone, but a handsome man like yourself. Why not? I am sure you are a man who draws many stares from women and other men alike. Does this bother you? But you would prefer I desisted, perhaps. It would be difficult traveling as we do in close proximity, but I am nothing if not a gentleman. Oh, now this is intriguing. I shall have to redouble my efforts immediately. There was a young elven dancer in Antiva City once, and I believe I actually managed to stare off all 7 of her skirts. It's a trick worth retrying. Now that that is out of the way, perhaps we should move on. With you in front, of course.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Most kind.
That looks fine indeed.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so.
I await your command. We're in camp, so 'tis as good a time as any.
You and your friends are formidable folk, indeed. It's good to have you along on the road. I'm sure.
Enchantment? Enchantment!
Come to check on my Hala and I again, have you? I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful. Yes, that's it. She's calming down. That's it, love. Be calm. Tell me what troubles you. Ah, I see. It is her life mate who is sick, not her. He was bitten on the leg during the attack, and she fears greatly for him. I did not realize another hollow was injured. This will allow me to prevent the sickness from spreading to the entire herd. Must for your help.
I must ask, what does being a Grey Warden mean to you? There's that, of course. But there's more to being a Grey Warden than killing Darkspawn and saving the world from the Blight. Ultimately, being a Grey Warden is about serving others. About serving all people, whether elves or dwarves or men. As a Grey Warden, you are a guardian of men, and you guard them because their continued existence is more important than you are. Thus it is you who serves, not they. A good king, a true king who cares for his land, uses his power to rule firmly but fairly. He serves his people first and foremost. The king who does not do this, who believes that he is entitled to his power, who abuses it and uses it for his own means, is a tyrant. If you live apart from others, and your actions affect only you, then you may do as you wish. But if you have power, influence, and strength, your every action will be as a drop of water in a clear, still pond. The drop causes ripples, and ripples spread. Think of how far they will go, how wide they will become, how will they affect the pond. But I've lectured enough for today. I should stop before I wear out my welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, there's happening now.
That was interesting. And draining.
What was that? Did you summon the spirit? I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know I could either. I called forth the spirit that sustains me, so that it could lend us aid. I did not realize it would take this much out of me. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little.
So you could have killed yourself, didn't you?
Well, that's certainly conceivable. I suppose I shouldn't be using that particular trick to entertain children at parties.
You know yourself best. I don't want you exerting yourself.
I promise I'll be careful. And thank you. Your concern is touching.
Of course, me, if all people would go the wrong way, taking it loops around.
As you say. I shall do it.
What are you doing in Haven? There's nothing for you here. What do you want? The urn is nothing but a legend. Who? Perhaps revered Father Eirik will know of whom you speak. Unfortunately, he's ministering to the villagers at the moment and cannot be disturbed. I suggest you seek your brother elsewhere. It's always been thus in Haven. We do not question tradition. We do not appreciate lowlanders looking about our home as though it was some sort of zoo. You may trade for supplies at the shop if you wish. Then I suggest you and your companions leave.
I suggest we tread carefully here. Something is amiss.
You can say that again.
Interesting strategy. Tell me, do you intend to keep going north until it becomes south and attack the Archdemon from the rear?
This is necessary.
Truly, it would surprise me if my enemy counterattacked by running away and climbing a mountain.
Alhaven is ill. That's why we're here. We're not running away from anything. This will help us stop looking.
How will this help him?
You already know this, Steen. Ashes can heal him.
I have no doubt of your faith. I am beginning to doubt your sanity, however. The Archdemon is our goal, and we are heading away from it to find the charred remnants of a dead woman. You haven't thought this through.
You have to you just have to trust me. There's nothing else we can do. We have to try something. This is a fence stand. Don't worry. I have a plan.
There is only so much one can prepare, Kadan. Eventually, one must simply step forward and accept what comes. I trust you with my life, but this is not my life at risk. It is our goal.
I know. I don't intend to fail Sting. I haven't forgotten what's at stake. Ferelden is my home.
Be careful, Kadan. I have spoken my mind. Let us waste no more time here.
Villager's house.
Come, Bonnie Lynn. Tell us where you've been. Who are you? You shouldn't be here.
Fatito. Who are you? Where is everyone? Do you know where the
Who? Why would you come here looking for someone? Lowlanders don't belong here.
You're rude. Guess we'll check the house.
We have nothing you'd want. Please go.
Who are you? You're not from Haven. We don't get very many visitors. How would you describe the place you know only as home? I don't have much, but I suppose you can take a look. What are you doing? That's private. I don't see how that is any of your concern. No! You have no right!
Blast!
Oh! Oh! Ah!
As you say, it shall be done.
Armor and clothing left on this dismembered man. indicates that he was from from Redcliffe, one of our names. Nice. Well, you know, all of a sudden, I don't feel too bad about killing this man.
More enemies ahead.
Don't be a fool!
I shall do it.
We are blessed beyond measure. We are chosen by the holy and beloved to be her guardians. This sacred duty is given to us alone. Rejoice, my brethren, and prepare your hearts to receive her. Lift up your voices and despair not, for she will raise her faithful servants to glory when her...
Ah, welcome. I heard we had a visitor wandering about the village. I trust you've enjoyed your time in Haven so far?
Enough. You killed the knights at Redcliffe. I saw the bodies.
This, my brothers, is what happens when you let an outsider into the village. They have no respect for our privacy. He will tell others of us if we let him. Word will spread, and then what? You, stranger, do not understand our ways. You would bring war to Haven in your ignorance.
You're right about breaking a war on you. You deserve it.
We don't owe you any explanations for our actions. We have a sacred duty. Failure to protect her would be a greater sin. All will be forgiven.
Don't be a fool! Enough! Down!
Begun. Shall be done. Very well.
Who are you? They sent you to finish it. You're not one of them, thank the Maker. What do you think? Weeks of scant food and water, the torture. Oh, I've never felt better. The leg's not doing so well, and I can't feel my foot.
I can set the leg and ease some of the pain, but he'll need a lot of rest in order to heal.
I don't have time to rest now. I'm so close. The urn is just up that mountain. The Arl is sick. Will he live? The Arl is a noble soul, but the ashes will surely cure him. Haven lies in the shadow of the mountain that holds the urn. There is an old temple there built to protect it. The door is always locked, but I know what the key is. Eirik wears a medallion that opens the temple door. I've seen what he does with it. Eirik has always worn it. It must be on his body. Search for it. It is the only way into the mountain. No, I must help you get to the temple. Just bring me the medallion. There are things that must be done before it will work as a key. Ah, you're back. Well? Waylon? What about him? Oh, poor Waylon. I should never have dragged you into this. Make us take you into his hands, my boy. He believed in me, even when I lost faith in myself. I will honor his memory. Was there something else you wanted to say? So close, and yet so far. I will return home then. But first, the medallion. It is not a solid piece of bronze. It can be manipulated like so. And there, a key to open the way. I'll be able to make it to one of the trade routes. From there, I'll be fine. If you find the urn, you will return to Denerim to tell me about it, won't you? I would dearly love to hear about it. Make a smile fortune on you, young one.
Stop! You will go no further!
Is that so?
You have defiled our temple. You have spilled the blood of the faithful and slaughtered our young. No more. You will tell me now, intruder, why you have done all this. Why have you come here?
I can't see your face. Most old temple. An old temple must hold riches, yes? Tell me your name and I will tell you why I am here. I've come to make you never. I've come to make sure you never hurt anyone again.
I am Father Colgrim, leader and guide to the disciples of Andraste. Kill us, and you will face Andraste. She will smell our blood, and the blood of her children on you, and her wrath will be great.
Andraste is dead. Are you talking about the urn? Is it children? You mean the dragons? Is Andraste a dragon?
She is so much more! She is even more glorious than all the old gods combined. The prophet Andraste has overcome death itself, and has returned to her faithful in a form more radiant than you can imagine. Not even the Tevinter Imperium could hope to slay her now. What hope do you have? They are still within this temple. But why do we need ashes when we serve the risen Andraste in all her glory? So you are after the ashes? Perhaps there is a way for you to make up for your desecration of our home and temple.
Why are you so stunned to cooperate?
It may be because I believe in second chances. All of us stumble through the darkness before being found and shown the light. Perhaps, through Andraste's mercy, her greatest enemy will become her greatest champion.
Just say what you have to say.
The ashes you seek reside atop this mountain, watched by an immortal guardian who refuses to accept the truth of the risen lady. Now the ashes prevent Holy Andraste from fully realizing her new form. They are a remnant of her past incarnation, and she cannot move on as long as they exist. I speak not of destruction. The beloved needs to reclaim the ashes, to make them her own again. All it would take is a drop of her blood. Blood carries power, strength, knowledge. Through it, all the power that is held in the ashes will be returned to Our Lady. The Guardian has foiled all our attempts to reach the urn. He keeps what power remains from the true Andraste. He knows the disciples, and we cannot touch him, for he draws his strength from the ashes themselves. But you could deliver Our Lady what is rightfully hers.
There is nothing but madness in his words. He is a fanatic, and a dangerous one. Be warned, he means to lead you astray.
The rewards for performing such a service would be great indeed. You will gain the right to the power of the dragon, the power of risen Andraste herself. The task is simple. I give you a vial of the holy Andraste's blood, and you empty the vial into the ashes. Whatever magic was held in the ashes will be undone, and our great lady will be freed from the shackles of her past life!
And what? Encourage the worship of a large lizard? Consider your actions carefully.
knows Vala is the way of the cube.
Not enough.
You will not help us? Then we cannot allow you to leave here. To arms, my brethren! Andraste will grant us victory!
More enemies ahead. As you say. I shall do it.
Stop! You will go no further! comes, my brethren! Andraste will grant us victory!
That's a good thing to say.
Stop! Enemies approaching! Let us end this. Most excellent.
Fate's Edge has basically just as good as what I already have, but it has extra stats and also 2 enchantment slots. This horn is symbolized by the chantry symbol. Belonged to the Father, Colgrim of Heaven, when he wished to commune with the High Dragon that he believed to be Andraste's reborn. This horn would sound out from the mountaintop. Use this horn from the top of the mountain overlooking the village
Very well.
A foe worthy of the great Ogren. Wait till the boys and tapsters hear about this. This place makes my skin prickle.
You're also taking arrows.
It is begun.
I bid you welcome, Pilgrim. You have come to honor Andraste, and you shall, if you prove yourself worthy. Still, you must prove yourself worthy. It is not my place to decide your worthiness. The Gauntlet does that. If you are found worthy, you will see the urn and be allowed to take a small pinch of the ashes for yourself. If not... Before you go, there is something I must ask. I see that the path that led you here was not easy. There is suffering in your past. Your suffering, and the suffering of others. You abandoned your father and mother, leaving them in the hands of Rendon Howe, knowing he would show no mercy. Do you think you failed your parents? Thank you. That is all I wish to know.
Accept your failings, but do not let them govern your life.
Everyone makes mistakes. I say have an ale and let it go.
Parshera, leave the past where it falls.
And what of those that follow you?
Ask your question, Guardian. I am ready.
You are ever the advisor, ready with a word of wisdom. Do you wonder if you spout only platitudes, burned into your mind in the distant past? Perhaps you are only a tool, used to spread the word of the Circle and the Chantry. Does doubt ever chip away at your truths?
You framed the statement in the form of a question, yet you already know our answers. There is no sense in hiding, is there? Yes, I do doubt at times. Only the fool is completely certain of himself.
Ah, the dwarf. You left your home and came to the surface, knowing that...
Why don't I save you some time? Yes, I wish I could have saved my family from Branka. I wish I'd been a better mate. Maybe she'd have stayed home with a belly full of baby Ogren and never gone for the anvil. Maybe I failed her. And yes, I came to the surface because I'm barely a dwarf anymore. My family is dead. My honor as a warrior long gone. I've lost my caste and my house, and I have nothing else to lose.
Demand whatever answers you want, Spirit.
You came to this land as an observer, but you killed a family in a blind rage. Have you failed your people by allowing a Qunari to be seen in that light?
I have never denied that I failed.
The way is open. Good luck, and may you find what you seek.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak?
Repeat.
Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak? Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak? Echoes from a shadow realm, whispers of things yet to come. Thought's strange sister dwells in night, is swept away by dawning light. Of what do I speak? A dream came upon me as my daughter slumbered beneath my heart. It told of her life, and of her betrayal and death. I am sorrow and regret. I am a mother weeping bitter tears for a daughter she could not save.
The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak? The smallest lark could carry it, while a strong man might not. Of what do I speak? Yes, I was Andraste's dearest friend in childhood, and always we would sing. She celebrated the beauty of life, and all who heard her would be filled with joy. They say the Maker himself was moved by Andraste's song, and then she sang no more of simple things.
I'd neither a guest nor a trespasser be. In this place I belong, that belongs also to me. Of what do I speak? It was my dream for the people to have a home of their own, where we would have no masters but ourselves. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, and thus we followed Andraste against the Imperium. But she was betrayed, and so were we.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The debt of blood must be paid in full. Of what do I speak? Yes, My husband Hysarion would have chosen a quick death for Andraste. I made him swear that she would die publicly with her war leaders, that all would know the Imperium's strength. I am justice. I am vengeance. Blood can only be repaid in blood.
A poison of the soul, passion's cruel counterpart. From love she grows, till love lies slain. Of what do I speak? Yes, jealousy drove me to betrayal. I was the greatest general of the Alamori, but beside her, I was nothing. Hundreds fell before her on bended knee. They loved her, as did the Maker. I loved her too. But what man can compare with a god?
The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak? The bones of the world stretched towards the sky's embrace, veiled in white, like a bride greeting her groom. Of what do I speak? Yes. I carried Andraste's ashes out of Tevinter into the mountains to the east, where she could gaze ever into her Maker's sky. No more fitting a tomb than this could we find.
She wields the broken sword, and separates true kings from tyrants. Of what do I speak? Yes, I could not bear the sight of Andraste's suffering, and mercy bade me end her life. I am the penitent sinner, who shows compassion as he hopes compassion will be shown to him.
No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword, comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak? No man has seen it, but all men know it. Lighter than air, sharper than any sword, comes from nothing, but will fell the strongest armies. Of what do I speak? Yes, hunger was the weapon used against the wicked men of the Tevinter Imperium. The Maker kindled the sun's flame, scorching the land. Their crops failed, and their armies could not march. Then he opened the heavens and bade the waters flow, and washed away their filth. I am Kefir, disciple of Andraste and commander of her armies. I saw these things done, and knew the Makers smiled on us.
My dearest child.
What?
You know that I am gone, and all your prayers and wishes will not bring me back. No more must you grieve, my boy. Take the pain and the guilt, acknowledge it, and let go. It is time. You have such a long road ahead of you, and you must be prepared. And so I leave this in your hands. I know you will do great things with it.
What's that smell? Now you die. Let's see what your innards look like.
As you wish.
Where's the music? Time to dance! Here comes Margaret! On it. Great. Slave driver. Say your prayers. Let me at him. Time to get messy. Yeah, I guess that's supposed to be it. Slave driver.
I'm sorry I was not able to see the end of it.
It is done.
Well, looks like there's only one way forward. Do you think those interesting-looking sections of floor on the side of this chasm have something to do with getting across?
So, is anyone gonna suggest tossing the dwarf across? No? Pity. Yeah, that's unnatural. Where I come from, bridges are either there or not. Trust that thing to hold my weight.
Toss a rock before you risk it. have been through the trials of the Gauntlet. You have walked the path of Andraste, and like her, you have been cleansed. You have proven yourself worthy, Pilgrim. Approach the sacred ashes.
I could not have asked for a greater honor than to be here. I will never forget this feeling.
That's it? Thought it would be bigger.
Congratulations, you found a waste bin.
You're awake. Did you feel it too? It was like the archdemons saw us. Saw us! What does that mean? I think... Wait. Did you hear that?
I guess it's like Duncan once said. We can sense them, and they can sense us. We'd best be more careful from now on. This camp isn't safe any longer.
Who they send next? Darkspawn tax collectors?
Fortification should be built around the camp.
Yeah, can't get a bloody night's rest.
How unnerving. It will be more difficult to sleep here.
Do you remember our discussion? I just wanted to tell you that I thought about what you told me, and you were right. Despite what Marjolaine says, I am not like her. I know that now. I've found peace in knowing the Maker, and nothing will change that. I followed you to make the world a better place, and as long as I keep that in mind, I will not fall. Sometimes, it takes another to show us the truths we hide from ourselves. Maybe you'll just have to wait and see, won't you?
Interesting.
That looks fine indeed.
You have excellent taste.
Stop wasting time, Warden. I'm not here to chat.
I await your command. So, full of questions, are you? Well, that depends, does it not? What does she seem to be?
You mean, is she truly the Flemeth of legend and story?
Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the Chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire. As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her. Many centuries before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the Bard and fled the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conobar, and that he swore vengeance for her infidelity. In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conobar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conobar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed. The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conobar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge. That was not the point. Conobar had no honor, so she would not have him. Flemeth begged the spirits to aid her, and 'twas they who slew Conobar. The demon the legend tells of came later. Lord Conobar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies. The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect, even to her. You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too. The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her. I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has colored her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all. Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless. Nothing. I wish to know nothing more. I find myself a little envious, to tell the truth. But it matters not. Let us move on.
Something on your mind? Yes, me too. And I got the feeling at the end there that it saw us, was aware of us, whatever you want to call it. Could have just been my imagination, I suppose. What do you think? Well, short of waltzing through the entire Darkspawn horde and tapping it on the nose, I'm not sure just how we're supposed to do that. But killing the Archdemon is the general plan, I understand. Good to have you on board. I guess one thing is certain, at least, isn't it? It's official. This is a blight.
What is your wish, Kadan? Speak, then. We have no mages such as you do. We have beasts in the shape of men who perform tricks. True. I suppose it is also horror and perversion. As a fish stranded by the tide knows the air, or a drowning man knows the sea, so does a mage know magic. Knowledge is one half of wisdom, but there are many things that can only be known too late. Parshera. Are we going to fight the Darkspawn, or chatter until they grow bored and leave? As you wish.
I need to know what's going on between you and Zevran. You said what happened between you two was nothing, but it's gone further, hasn't it? I've seen the knowing glances he shoots at you. What's all that about? I don't know if I can trust you, if I can trust the things you've said to me. What am I to you? And Zevran? What's he to you? You're very special to me. But if you don't feel the same, please tell me now. I am sorry I had to force this on you. I couldn't stand by any longer wondering if I meant anything to you. And I believe you when you say that. We should talk later.
I take it you have found another more compatible with your tastes? No, there is no need to deny it. I do not mind. Such is how it goes, yes? Ah, don't be my good friend. I never asked you for anything, did I? So I am forced to ask, if we are not to be lovers, are we at least to be friends? Good. Nothing would please me more. Some friendships are worth pursuing.
You've seen and touched Andraste's ashes. They are the holiest thing on this earth, the remains of the Maker's Chosen. I know. It seems almost irreverent to use her as a curative. And it is also a tiny bit morbid. I do not know if I am worthy to look upon her. Yes, of course, but it still is something to be in awe of. Well, aren't you sweet and attentive? I thought you'd never ask. Well, aren't you sweet and attentive? I thought you'd never ask.
It has begun.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yes.
It is good you resolve this demon business.
I shall do it.
Now we must either revive the Ark or allow Banshee.
You return. Might you have news? You have? Wonderful. Let us go at once to Eamon's side and see if the Urn's healing powers live up to their reputation.
Where am I?
Be calm, brother. You have been deathly ill for a very long time. Do you remember nothing?
Tegan? What are you doing here? Where is Isolde?
I am here, my husband.
And Connor? Where is my boy? Where is our son?
He lives, though many others are dead. There is much to tell you, husband.
Dead? Then it was not a dream.
Much has happened since you fell ill, brother. Some of it will not be easy for you to hear.
Then tell me. I wish to hear all of it. This is most troubling. There is much to be done, that is true. But I should first be thankful to those who have done so much. Grey Warden, you have not only saved my life, but kept my family safe as well. I am in your debt. Will you permit me to offer you a reward for your service? Then allow me to declare you and those traveling with you champions of Redcliffe. You will always be a welcome guest within these halls. And for you, Warden, a shield of the same make as those that have been given to our finest knights.
We should speak of Loghain, brother. There is no telling what he will do once he learns of your recovery.
Loghain instigates a civil war even though the Darkspawn are on our very doorstep. Long I have known him. He is a sensible man, one who never desired power.
I was there when he announced he was taking control of the throne, Eamon. He is mad with ambition, I tell you.
Mad indeed. Mad enough to kill Cailan, to attempt to kill myself and destroy my lands. Whatever happened to him, Loghain must be stopped. What's more, we can scarce afford to fight this war to its bitter end. We have no time to wage a campaign against him. Someone must surrender if Ferelden is to have any chance of fighting the Darkspawn. No, not at all. Loghain is responsible for heinous crimes, and I intend to see him pay. But our armies must be reserved for the Darkspawn, not for each other. I will spread word of Loghain's treachery, both here and against the king. But it will be but a claim made without proof. Those claims will give Loghain's allies pause, but we must combine it with a challenge Loghain cannot ignore. We need someone with a stronger claim to the throne than Loghain's daughter, the Queen.
Are you referring to Alistair, brother? Are you certain?
I would not propose such a thing if we had an alternative, but the unthinkable has occurred. Tegan and I have a claim through marriage, but we would seem opportunists no better than Loghain. Alistair's claim is by blood.
And what about me? Does anyone care what I want?
You have a responsibility, Alistair. Without you, Loghain wins. I would have to support him for the sake of Ferelden. Is that what you want?
But I... No, my lord.
I see only one way to proceed. I will call for a landsmeet, a gathering of all of Ferelden's nobility in the city of Denerim. There, Ferelden can decide who shall rule, one way or another. Then the business of fighting our true foe can begin. What say you to that, my friend? I do not wish to proceed without your blessing. You have already found allies, but we need those to fight Darkspawn. I truly believe the landsmeet is our best option. We could attempt to wage a military campaign against Loghain, but even if we win, would we have enough left to defeat the Darkspawn?
No, but neither would Loghain.
Perhaps Loghain gambles on this attitude, that everyone will decide facing the Darkspawn is more vital than facing him, so that he leads us against the Horde. Very well. I will send out the word. But before we proceed, I believe there is the matter of the mage, my son's tutor. He still lives, I understand.
He does. He is in the dungeon, brother.
Have him brought here, Tegan. I wish to see him. Jowan, what you have done is not in question. You tried to assassinate me and set into motion a series of events that nearly destroyed everything I cherish. What have you to say in your own defense?
Nothing, my lord. Other than to say I am sorry. I expect no mercy for what I've done.
I see. Grey Warden, have you anything to say on Jowan's behalf? Oh? That is unexpected. And what would you have me do? As the injured party, my ability to see the merciful path is strained. True enough, and wisely said. Jowan, I hereby turn you over to the Tower of the Circle of Magi. May the Maker have mercy on your soul.
Thank you, my lord.
Now, back to the matter of the Landsmeet. It will take some time to recall my forces and organize our allies. I would prefer to wait until that is done before calling the Landsmeet. In the meantime, I suggest you pursue the remainder of the Grey Warden treaties. We will need all the allies we can get if we are to defeat the Darkspawn Horde.
The Earl's recovery is a boon to the nation. We all owe you a great debt.